Good afternoon, Facebook family and YouTube subscribers. I want to talk about Donald Trump. And this video is not for those fair weather Donald Trump supporters. I mean, this video is for the die-hard, alt-right, and almost, I guess, delusional supporters of Donald Trump who just don't understand, even months into this man's administration, why Donald Trump is just a very unpopular person. And it's not that people don't like his people don't like, I guess, his policies or what have you. It's just that when you go into office with low approval ratings, it's going to be really hard for the country as a whole to accept you as their leader. And I think a lot of people who even voted for Trump are actually feeling some of the wrath of his policies a lot. But that's you see, I was trying to figure out how to narrate this video as everything wrong with Donald Trump, or everything wrong with Donald Trump the president. I'm gonna do everything wrong with Donald Trump the president, because the guy, everybody has flaws. If I ran for president, there'd be something wrong with me, a ton of stuff wrong with me. So let's just jump over that for a second and land on Donald Trump the president. When you have this many changes of seats in your cabinet, in your administration, this early in your administration, it goes to show that what hurts me about the Donald Trump administration. Because remember, even if I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat, this man is still the president of the country. So whatever he goes America. If Donald Trump fails, then America fails. Now, what I don't like about Donald Trump, and I eat politics for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love politics. So I look at it from, damn, if I was Donald Trump, I would do this. If I was Donald Trump, I would say that. But I'm not Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is not me. We have two different ways of looking at the White House. First of all, my problem with Donald Trump is I really don't think, and I think I speak for a lot of folks when I say what I'm about to say, I don't think Donald Trump really want to be president. Number two, I think he did it without taking in the full gravity of the effect it's going to have on your wife and kids. Now we're going to get serious for a second, because I was thinking about being, making this funny, but you can't be funny about something like this. This man is making decisions that can actually ruin lives. And I'm 45 years old, I've never seen in my own eyes. I can slightly remember Ronald Reagan on TV. Hold up. People actually loved Ronald Reagan. I remember seeing Crack magazine and Time magazine and like these little kind of cartoon caricatures of Ronald and Nancy Reagan. And Ronald and Nancy Reagan, say what you want to say about those two, they loved each other. In fact, I think if you look at every president and his wife, you can see that they loved each other. Even if it was a president you couldn't stand, it was a Republican president, even if it's George Bush Part 1 and George Bush number 2, you can see it, those guys and their wives, man, even if it was a facade or if it was a show, they showed, was that Paul? They showed a certain love for country and a love for each other while they occupied that White House. This lady Melania Trump, and it's not to say she's a bad human being, but I don't think he and her love each other the same way other presidents showed love for their wives in public. The woman looks like she's being held hostage. So I don't think that Donald Trump really actually got into office with an end game. You see, everybody who goes into office and you put your cabinet together, you pick your cabinet members, you say, you know what I want to do? I want my legacy to be X, Y, Z. In the first 100 days, I want to do this. His first 100 days was basically just to go in there and just erase anything with Barack Obama's name on it. And that's a dumb-ass agenda and a dumb-ass reason to be president. Just because you got your feelings hurt. Also, I don't think that Donald Trump really understands the historical significance that's going to come with him being president. And what I mean by that is the seat of the office of the president is only 44 people. I mean, I'm sorry, only 44 people have. Yes, I had it right. You are now 45. Everything that you say can and will be used against you by your opponents come the midterm elections. That's the point that you nutcases who love Donald Trump so much, y'all not, that's what y'all not getting. I look at this from a 4-year standpoint. The opponents are already licking their chops. Everything this man can say, and I learned that from Barack Obama very carefully. When you're in office, especially a president, you don't say anything that your opponents can use against one of your team members, vis-a-vis a governor or a Republican senator, and turn one of your statements into a soundbite, a 30-second soundbite that can sink everybody. At this point, all Republicans are jumping ship. I've never seen, and then the people who love Donald Trump keep saying, "Oh, but screw them, drain the swamp." Okay, well, you're gonna drain the swamp with all these good senators who's connected to a crazy president, and they're gonna be, and those good senators who want to do the good work are gonna be and could be possibly replaced with nutcase liberal senators because they put Donald Trump in the White House. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a Hillary supporter. I literally hate everything Hillary Clinton stands for. I hate her with the fabric of my soul. I cannot stand Hillary Clinton. I don't like Bill Clinton. I know what they did to Haiti. So before you open your mouth and say I'm a liberal, I'm actually a Republican, to be honest with you. I'm not even a liberal. I'm not even a Democrat. I hate the Democrats for selfish reasons. But I'm for damn sure not a Trump supporter. I actually wanted John Kasich. When I watched all those debates, John Kasich was the nicest, most sweetest, sincere person out of all of them. But the country did not want a sweet, nice guy. The country wanted hate and just disappointment and evil. And I think what it was, they just put Donald Trump in the White House because it was anything but Hillary Clinton. But the unfortunate side is you stuck with Donald Trump. And what I find wrong with Donald Trump is the man just has no decorum. And even if you take the job of president, I'm sorry, if you get elected for the job of president, because you ran for it, he ran for the office. So it wasn't like, he woke up and said, "Guess what, motherfucker, you're the president." No, he ran for it. I think once you have to have that come to Jesus moment, that you were literally in a White House that was occupied by, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. You're part of an elite club, and you owe it to every predecessor, even Barack Obama. You owe it to all of them and the legacy of all the men that came before you to take that shit a lot more serious. I'm talking about the holiday Christmas parties, the christening of the turkeys, the press corps dinner, all that. Play the game. George Bush even did it. And they made, especially George Bush #2. Oh my God, they roast that, they raked that dude over the coals, which is why when George Bush #2 got out the White House, the man with class, I guess, he and his wife just retired, peacefully retired, and somewhere in some part of Texas doing their thing. So I say that to say that just play the game, even if you don't want to be the president. Unfortunately for everybody, you are. So as a man with an ego like a Donald Trump, you don't want to just drop dead or die or get out of office and be stamped with a scarlet letter of history, because children are going to have to study your administration in class, in textbooks, and they're going to have to say, well, this guy got impeached because of this, or he got convicted because of that. And Hillary Clinton is not, obviously she never became president. So it's just all these cabinet changes, having Steve Bannon, all these weird motherfuckers around him. I think people just like the people who actually love Donald Trump blindly don't understand how people like me see his administration. Yes, it's your job as a supporter to hate everything that's not Donald Trump. But as a person who eats politics for breakfast, I understand that you owe it to the people that voted for you to not let the opponents from the other team destroy what you are trying to build by doing stupider shit every day, and actually just saying stuff for the hell of saying stuff. when Donald Trump said he met with the president of the Virgin Islands, I dropped. I said, you know what? I gotta make a video. I think this man just don't care. I don't think he care about geography. I don't think he care about geometry. I don't think he care about the science books. But it's just weird, man. Like phrases like alternative facts. You know, the fact that Saturday Night Live, like doing it, they dedicated their entire season to getting this man not elected. It's one of those things where you have to stand back and say, well, the whole world is against me. The whole world can't, you know, his vote is, you know, they're pushing or pulling for me to fail. You owe it to all of your supporters, man, to not let these people down. And I think Donald Trump, hands down, just don't give a fuck about none of his supporters or the country for that matter. I'm sure he loves the fact he's born an American, but for all the alt-right people that love Donald Trump, for all the folks, I'm telling you, I look at TV on a daily basis. I look at Facebook posts every day, and I got friends who just cannot find a logical reason to defend this man. It's all based on emotion. I don't have any emotions. I barely laugh. I barely smile. I mean, I do when I'm escaping and I watch some Dave Chappelle or some shit like that. But, you know, I think this Donald Trump just don't give a damn about the country. I really don't. It's one of those things where you hear people say stuff about Donald Trump on TV, and you think they're just making it up. They're just saying stuff to be mean or to be evil. Like, you know, he's a rich guy. He hates, you know, poor people. I'm starting to actually believe a lot of what the pundits are saying. And it's one of those things where the supporters, it's their job, or they feel it's their job to say, well, that's just fake news. But when you're actually on TV saying you want to shut down NBC because they're writing bad stuff about you, you're a president. You're a grown man. You chose to lose all your privacy once you became a public figure. And a public figure on a historical level is history. In fact, your privacy is history. And maybe your legacy. So next time, guys, take care of yourself and each other. Those are my opinions. Those are my thoughts.